Okay, considering we're talking about Rinascita, let's have a little look at something, shall we? So, obviously, since the launch of Rinascita, I think most people have been absolutely loving it so far. I think it's been a W update. Personally, myself, I've only done the first little part of the story, just got past the little quest where you go into the vault and then you fight the sentry, and that's where I got to, but I've been loving it so far. Voice acting, W, the visual progression in the game's been insane. The new area looks amazing. It feels great. Like, pretty much across the board, we've saw an improvement in the game, and I guess it's kind of been reflected in the hype to a degree, because if we go over to Reddit here, we can see that Wuthering Waves debuts at number 2 on the Japanese PlayStation Store best-selling list. So this is really good to see. The PlayStation Store, number 2 on the list. This is really good when you think about it. You know, sandwiched in between Genshin and Zenless Zone Zero here. So I'm happy to see this. It looks like people in Japan on the PlayStation are definitely giving it a try to see what they think. I'll be curious to see. I'm curious to see what the console audience over the coming weeks really thinks about the game. Hopefully there's some content creators out there that are specifically console who haven't played the game yet, start to make some content to me. You know, we can kind of get an idea of what the crack is in the PlayStation space. But not only that, did it launch a debut at number 2 on the PlayStation Store. If we go over to Bilibili, it's number 3 on Bilibili as well for popular games, which again shows, you know, a great push up for the game in regards to the hype, I guess. So I'm assuming, you know, this is related to downloads, I would imagine. I think it is. So this is really cool to see. You know, 3rd place, just behind the fantasy adventure of the, I don't know what the fuck this is, and Blue Files, and just in front of Genshin Impact. So Genshin Impact's still absolutely killing it in China, but you know, that it is what it is, isn't it? And if you go a little bit further down, we can see like Clap, Sky Rail, Fate, Grand Order, Arc Knights, Endless Dream, Azure Lane, Zenless Zone Zero as well, sitting in at number 10. So this is really good to see, because somebody who's a fan of Zenless Zone Zero, it's good to see that 1.4 has been pretty successful. If we go off the revenue charts, which I know people hate, but let's just look at it as a trend, it's definitely on the upwards, at least for last month for Zenless Zone Zero. So that's really good to see. And we can see that the game, Wuthering Waves, which in China is called Min Chao, is doing really well on Bilibili as well. So again, I know people hate the revenue charts, but we'll be looking in the end of January just to see the trend, you know, just to see the trend. So I'm really happy to see that on PlayStation in Japan, it's doing really well, and obviously Bilibili in China as well is doing really well. Be curious to see. I don't know if anybody else has posted about it. Actually, let's have a look in this post a second, just to see if anybody's posted any other regions. Be curious to see if they have. Best port played off it. That's for Japan again. So yeah, if anybody's got any news on other regions, NA, EU, whatever it might be, for PlayStation Store, guys, let me know, because this is really good to see. Again, as somebody who's a fan of the game, and as somebody who thinks 2.0 is definitely a good time to get into the game. And if you've taken a break from Wuthering Waves, I think it's the perfect time to get back now. You're going to have lots of pulls. There's lots of new stuff to explore, new events, new gameplay mechanics, new endgame gameplay, amazing cast of voice actors and characters, and just overall improvement in the game, in my opinion, across the board, pretty much. And for the people who've just started the game, you'll see when you get to 2.0, the marked improvement pretty much across the board. I think this has been a banger update so far, personally. And yeah, I can't wait to see what the next major updates have got to bring for the game as well, actually. So this is really good to see, man. Number 2 on PlayStation Store, and number 3 on Bilibili as well. So the updates obviously building hype, and you know, I guess we'll see if it can translate over into keeping those players. Again, really curious to see what the console people have got to say. And anybody who has played this on PlayStation, or is like a PlayStation user, let me know. Let me know what you think about the game. Have you come over from PC to PlayStation? Are you just starting the game? Have you come from mobile to PlayStation? I'd like to know as well. But yeah, I think this is a really good thing. It's good to see the game doing well. I think Kuro deserve it. They've cooked hard. You know, just look at these. Perfect example. What I mean about improvement. These are freaking NPCs in the game, right? The talking NPCs. They've got VAs. Tell me this dude down the bottom right here. What's his name now? Is it Cristofo? Is he? I forgot his name now. this dude could be a 4-star resonator in my opinion. In fact, I feel like all of these characters could potentially be 4-star resonators. In a lot of other games, these would easily be as 4-star characters in my opinion, honestly. So, you know, really, definitely, deserved to see this. And, you know, hopefully Kuro continue to succeed and grow, because, you know, it's good to see a good actor like this in the space. It really is. But, yeah, this is really good to see. Really good to see. So, yeah, loving this. Absolutely loving this. So, yeah, guys, if you haven't check out Wuthering Waves 2.0, and, if you're on PlayStation, get it downloaded, man. Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. And if you are, you can let me know in the comment sections why you think it sucks, I guess. But I don't think you will. I don't think you will think it sucks.